good situation.
Good, perfect.
I think I'm gonna get it. While the buyer.
बिल्डिंग के ऊपर हमारा सच है
Out of consideration for passengers boarding at other stations, are stored completely behind the edge of the overhead shelf. If you require any guidance, please ask a crew member. All trains and station platforms are smoke-free environments. The use of
But I haven't decided yet.
He married into their family rather than we're marrying into his. Right.
No,
And,
yeah, when we found out, we tried to evolve this.
they hold it over until the bones break.
San Luis de Raba, les sentiers de secours.